Cody right now killing it, trying to help me out a little bit here today. I actually got the car out for a change, and let's go ahead and talk about that here in a skinny minute once he is done recording, getting me some good footage. All right, guys, so I finally got the car out of the house because you guys are always saying, why don't I get it out? I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like in the sunlight for a change, and, you know, actually moving around and I don't know, just not inside the garage for a change. As you can see, the paint is not perfect on this car. It is definitely still 50 shades of gray. One thing I want to show you guys, you probably never noticed before, but the paint on this is a little screwed up, especially on the wing here. It's a little dirty too because my buddy Cody, who is right down here, just used his drone to take some footage, so it blew up a bunch of dirt. If you can see where I'm at right now, it's not the best spot, but just going over the car, some of the spots, you know, I have to get fixed. The garage door at my old townhouse actually fell in this car, and let me explain that real quick. The garage door has a glass piece inside of it, okay? So it has a glass top to it. When it was going up one day, for some reason it buckled in on itself and shattered all the glass and came right down on the back of the car right after I had it painted. Fuck me, right? So what are you gonna do? It is what it is. But just wanted to get the car out of the, you know, garage for once here today. Show you guys some of the imperfections of it. Like people say, like, car looks clean, but it does have its issues. You guys can see here it has a dent that I've had in it since I've owned it. The car's been painted on the side, so I'm afraid to even do PDR on it. I did have PDR done on the top half of the car, so like the hood, the top of the roof, the wing, the trunk and stuff. Not the wing, that's fiberglass, but the rest of the car actually had PDR done, so there's no dents in it and no Bondo. And the car doesn't look half bad in the sun either for a change either. But just wanted to get it out because goddamn does it look good. I fall in love with this car the more and more I drive it, and the more and more I see it out and about. Alright guys, so if you saw the title of this video, you're already going to see why did I build my car myself? Why did I build my Supra? Kind of go in a little bit of detail why I decided to go down that route versus having a shop do it. I've kind of talked in this already before about, you know, shop built versus home built. You know, I kind of already said before, like, if you want to have a shop build it, great. You know, some people just don't have the time. So I'm going to go over why I decided to do this myself. So starting off with everything, before I actually built this car, the only everything I'd ever done to a car was put an intake on my Celica that I had when I first started driving. That was the first modification I ever did to any vehicle, and the only modification before I started working on this. I've pretty much learned how to work on cars through a Supra, which people probably say is stupid, it's an expensive car. You know, I didn't start with a Civic or something cheaper. There's people out there that learn on even more expensive cars, so I'm not trying to play that down either, but this is the car I learned to work on, and it has been a learning experience, and it has cost me a little bit more than most that probably work on their own vehicles, but let me explain to you why I justify it. So I justified in multiple factors here. One being learning experience. You know, the way I put it is, there's only one thing in life no one can take away from me beyond death, obviously, but knowledge. Knowledge is one thing in life. You can take my money, you can take all my godly possessions, but you can't take knowledge away from me. Is the one thing in life that someone can't strip of me. And this car has been such a great learning experience from me. Every mistake I make or anything I do right, it resonates with me, and I go, okay, great, I learned something new today, or like, shit, I did this wrong, I know not to do this ever again. And it's been such a great learning experience for myself, and I've been able to help so many other people because of that. I just love it. Like, I love when someone messages me saying, hey man, one of your videos helped me, or they say, hey, can you help me with this? And they appreciate what I've learned and their understanding of what I can help them with. I don't know everything, and that's a long stretch away, but what little knowledge I do have, I do like the fact that I can help someone else out. It means a lot to me that I can do that. Number two, cost. I don't have a ton of free time, but I do like to offset it. You know, I enjoy working on my car. It pisses me off sometimes, don't get me wrong. There's times my wife would really wish I didn't have this car, but it is what it is kind of things, but it saves me so much time and money. I actually had a company close to me, I had them quote me to do a full swap and do it right. You know, I wanted to go single turbo, standalone, everything. Wanted them to supply all the parts. They quoted me $16,000 just to swap it. You know, I paid $11,000 for the car. And I originally did the first swap without a standalone ECU. I did everything for around $4,500 with all the nice equipment. That was OCD covers, everything, and selling some parts obviously to offset the cost. It cost me $4,500 myself, and I bought all the tools that went along with it. That's including tool price. You know, anytime I need a tool, I bought it. Now I own that tool for life. You know, I now own every one of those tools. Like when I do anything specialty, like when I do any of the valve springs, anything like that, all the specialty tools, I buy them. Yes, it seems costly up front, but when you realize that shit, if that ever goes wrong again, or if you have a problem, or if I need help a friend, I now own that tool for life, and I don't need to pay a shop to now do that work because I have the proper tools to do it. And even doing that, like I said there, it's still way cheaper. Now, the one thing, like again, you have to recognize is it takes out time. Time is another factor. You know, what is the ROI you're looking for? What is your return on investment? For me, I don't plan on selling this car. So for me, if I spend extra time diddling or fucking with it here or there for this stuff, excuse my language, it doesn't really bother me or upset me if I spend an excessive amount of time working on it. Thirdly here, and this is a little bit different, but friendships. I've made a lot of friends from working on the car. I have a couple friends, Steven Roethlisberger, congratulations bud, you just got married. He's helped me a good bit, or we've actually exchanged knowledge of things. He knows more than I do. I mean, just honest, he's done it. He's been working on the cars longer than I have. I've met so many good friends. Spencer's helped me a ton with this. Austin Conrad, Jesus, Kyle, Colt. I met those guys ahead of that, but these are people I've met through cars, and without working on cars, you know, I wouldn't have met these people. And this isn't like people say, well, what about car shows stuff? And I said, and to me, that's different. Those are a different type of people. The people I'm speaking of don't really do those type of things. They don't do car shows. They enjoy working on cars, racing cars, and the knowledge I've learned from these people and the friendships I made with these people are unbreakable and something I'll never be able to get anywhere else. And I'm so appreciative of that knowledge and help that I've gotten from these people over the years. I can't thank them enough because it's just something you can't take back, or it's something you can't get anywhere else. Hell, even making friends with shops is another thing. Jose Valia from Kaizen Motorsports, you know, I consider him a true friend. I mean, I talk to him on the regular. I mean, if I would go a week without talking to him, that would be very weird. And that sounds weird to a lot of people, thinking like, you know, he's a big time shop, he forks full time, but he always makes time to get back with me. No matter how petty, how stupid it is, how much I argue with the poor guy, he always helps me out in some form, way, or matter. I mean, hell, they flew the whole way out here on a red eye from California. You know, Sunday he comes out, flies out, gets here Monday to help me work on a wiring issue, and flies back to Southern California. Mind you, I live in Pennsylvania. You know, not many shops, not many people are going to do that, you know. It shows a lot of, one, character and true friendship on his behalf, and I do appreciate it to this day. And I have many other friends, like I said, that I've met that way, and if I wouldn't have worked on the car myself, I wouldn't have made those friendships, and I would have learned these kind of things without it. Probably lastly is going to be here is patience and strength. Now, that sounds really weird. What's that have to do with cars? Well, working on cars is a giant waiting game and a frustration game. You're constantly going to work on something, especially when modifying a car. Shit, this doesn't fit. Oh, why isn't this lining up? You're constantly fighting with something. Or, oh, this part's supposed to be here this week. Ah, it got delayed. Or, oh, no, this is on back order. You know, you really learn to fight and work with it and try to be patient. That's probably one of my biggest issues in life. I have really bad ADHD. I have really bad ADD. Especially if you guys can see in my videos, I talk really fast. I get very sidetracked very easily. And I really do struggle with all that. So it's one of the things I have problems with. So learning to work with the car has, as Jesse would say in the Fast and Furious, calms me down. It gives me something to vent to work on. You know, there's times it does make me really angry, and I even get my wife involved, and it's not fair to her and put the pressure on her because I'm like, I want something done and I have to get it done. But the car must force you to say, you know what, you have to stop. You can't go this far today. And I come back at it the next day and go, shit, this is what I do. Boom, 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 and I'm done. You know, it's one of those things that forces me to take a step back, look at it as a whole, and go, you know what, I need to take a break from this. I'll work on it tomorrow, come back at it, and figure everything out when I have more time, more patience, and maybe a little bit more sleep in me. It's really taught me a lot in that aspect. I think a lot of you can relate in that area that, you know, waiting on parts is never fun. No one ever enjoys that. Or getting a part when it doesn't line up. I know a lot of guys with turbo manifolds, they've had issues in the past, or just machine parts, or anything in general, you know. When you're talking manufactured or aftermarket parts, especially on a low production car like the Supra, there's going to be stuff that, you know, is not going to fit perfect, and you're going to be like, I paid X amount of money for this part, and now it doesn't fit. Why doesn't it fit? I've waited 3 weeks, say, for a part, paid X amount of money, and now it doesn't fit. Now I got to go back to the manufacturer, tell him it doesn't fit, show him why it doesn't fit, hope that he goes, okay, we screwed up, send me another part, and hopefully there's not a delay, etc. You know, these are the kind of things a lot of people, I know I've run into multiple times, run into, and it can be very frustrating. So the car teaches you patience. You learn to work and deal with it. Now, that's being said, you know, you probably deal with that doing it on your own or having a shop working on your car. You know, you have patience to have to deal with the shop, but working on the car itself teaches you to physically upfront deal with that in my eyes. All right, guys, that's my opinion on why, and this is the reason why I decided to work in the car. I've learned so much with it. I'm a mechanical guy. My background is mechanical design and engineering. You know, that's my bread and butter, but I never really physically worked on anything truly mechanical like this. And I've learned so much from it. It's helped me in other aspects of my life also. I hope this helps someone else out there. I hope this resonates with anyone else that has the same kind of feelings I do towards working on the cars, being around them, the people you meet from it. I'm hoping someone else out there can relate to what I've gone through and how my life experiences have been working on this car. If there's anything else you guys need, as usual, go down below. I have my Facebook and Instagram down there. I'm always posting stuff ahead of time on my Instagram page. And on my Facebook, please message me through there. I also have my email down below for business inquiries only if you're looking to work on your car or have something you need done. So again, as usual, guys, thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later. Peace!